about the first. I mean, and what went through my mind is, shit, I'm going to lose a listener because I'm like, I'm not losing a listener. They're going to sit there and listen again and again and tune in. And
this is why I can't put you in charge of stuff. You're missing the piece that connects to the phone.
Where is it?
That's what I'm saying.
There's got to be two in there.
This is the bag I've had.
Well, then you took it.
Did you lose something?
You're lucky.
No, I'm not lucky. I'm just smart.
You got lucky.
Luck is.
What did Woodland do? Okay, Woodland lost
Where are
one
they playing
straight.
today?
They're down in Houston. Woodland had a big lead, but he put the ball in the drink. Only lost a shot though.
He's the one that had the brain surgery, right? Yeah. I'm hoping that he comes back.
Yeah, he won the U.S. Open. He hasn't won since the U.S. Open.
And he was on top of the game, boy, when he got there.
Yeah, he was. And Scotty Scheffler's not playing this week because his birth of his son.
Yeah. I'm really pulling for Bryson though. I'll be pulling for Bryson.
Koepka's the one who's been coming on lately.
Yeah, he's always good in majors too.
Yeah. He's got more. Oh my goodness, that's left. Way left. It ain't lucky. See, that's where I'm usually hitting the ball from. Look, the guy's looking over there going, oh, fuck, your ball's gone. Oh, you can see it.
Yeah, I played across the street Monday. I did all right, 86, 87, but
Not bad.
This is a mic test. This is a mic test. Talk.
mic test,
Talk.
testing 1, 2, 3.
Did you do your mic test?
Testing,
over there
1,
for
2,
yours?
3.
Mic test.
Ooh, nice shot.
This is a mic test. This is a mic test. Talk. Testing 1, 2, 3. You never talk when I tell you to talk.
And then when you don't tell him to talk.
Did you do your mic test over there? 1, 2, 3. Mic test.
And mine's working.
Go ahead and talk now into the microphone so I can see if this one's working.
Testing 1, 2, 3. I mean, that's the way they used to do it when I was a kid.
Go ahead and talk now into the microphone so I can see if this one's working.
Testing 1, 2, 3. I should remind myself of that post I made last night.
What was it?
I was pissed off. I had this one Facebook friend on there talking about all the largest government shutdowns in history are all Trump's, and he keeps rejecting the good faith offers of the Democrats. Whoa.
Did you see that it's ending? The DHS?
Yeah. Because you got to go on vacation.
Yeah. We're not funding, they're not going to fund ICE, but they're going to keep the ICE, going to still keep the masks and all sort. They didn't get that shit out
Yeah,
of
but
it.
they already have the funding for ICE to 29.
I know.
That's
So,
why all this, you know.
mhm. And Schumer saying it's a victory. Bullshit. Oh, we'll let him go say it's a victory. Go say it's a victory. I better turn this in.
I have my own opinion as to why these shutdowns are occurring.
Ooh, that thing's nice. Is it going to run through? Yep, it's going to run through.
All right, I'm ready if you guys are ready.
Well, tell me when you're ready.
Did you push play over there?
It's playing now.
All right, I'm good. Good. Welcome to the Get Off My Lawn podcast. This is TJ. With me, as always, is the star of our show with the little s. He knows why now. My dad.
I still don't know why. Why the little less?
You're not a big star, like a big star, especially here in this room. It's more of like a small star.
Well, if I'm a small S, what does that make you?
The only reason you're a small s. We're back. This is our 4th episode here, the Get Off My Lawn podcast. I've got a politics full start here, so why don't you just get us going? What happened? What got you here?
Oh, I went off on Facebook last night. I could be in Facebook prison as we speak. It's just I had one Facebook guy that I know on there was out there talking about how all the largest government shutdowns have all happened under Trump, and Trump keeps on neglecting to take the deal and all this bullshit. And it is an absolute bullshit. And these Democrats, they're purposely shutting down the government to hurt the United States because they can't have the United States do well under Trump. You look at it every time it happens. Democrat wins the presidency, no protests, no media going crazy, no nothing, everything's calm. Republican wins, the Democrats have to ruin everyone's life until they can get in power again. When they did the shutdown in the end of 24 or 25, it hurt the GDP by about 1.5 to nearly 2 percentage points that we would have had in the plus column if they had not shut down the government. And then you're going to see it again this time. They accomplished absolutely nothing. They got nothing they were saying they wanted to get, but they're hurting the government. They're hurting the GDP. They're making the people that voted for Trump there go suffer in a airport. They're just evil, and it's time that we start fighting fire with fire. You have any follow-up questions? You're just gonna let me go because
I'll let you go forever. I mean, it does seem like they don't have any like quality policies or anything to sway people their way. So rather than coming up with some bright ideas, they're just going after people to try to sway them by actually hurting their lives.
Yeah, this fucking idiot on Facebook. He's got like 2 degrees. Supposed to be really smart. They are the dumbest among us. The most degrees, the most educated, the highly educated are the dumbest that walk amongst us. They were the easiest to apparently indoctrinate. They were the easiest to brainwash.
Well, no, they were there the longest. They were in the system of being told this is the way you think, and if you don't think this way, then you're wrong. They were in it for longer than everybody else.
They're weak of character. That's why they were able to be manipulated, because they were just weak. And they are weak. And, conservatives seem to have a lot more critical thinking skills than this group. And, it's just, there's a flaw in this country. I mean, our biggest enemy is not the Iranians, it's not the Afghanistan, it's not Russia. I'd live next door to a Russian any day of the week. I think they're about as much level with us as anybody else. But a Democrat, I'm putting up an electric fence around my house and with all sorts of surveillance, just waiting, because they are the worst of the worst. They're the enemy of this country. And anybody with a degree and comes to try to tell me and justify to me that a Democrat policy is correct, or that Democrats are doing anything right, you have no credibility. None. I don't care how many degrees you got. You are still an idiot.
Would you rather all Democrats disappear or they are swayed to the right?
They won't ever be swayed to the right. They need to be, they need to be shamed. Like I have 800 friends on Facebook. I have maybe 2 or 3 liberals left. I got rid of them. What's the point? I have family members I won't talk to anymore. What's the point? What's the point of having them in your life? If they think like that, will they borrow money from you and pay it back? No. Will they work for you and do a good job? No. They're going to bitch in a year saying, you make so much money, why can't you give it to me? Everything about them. You just need to shun them from society. You need to stop hiring these freaking people. I don't care if it's to make pizza, to be a waitress. If your hair's red and pink and blue and you got the cow horn in your nose, then go on the unemployment line permanently. And we just need, and stop inviting them over to your house. Stop having any kind of interaction with them whatsoever. Let them go off, get their cats, grow old, die of diabetes.
So you think people that cut their wieners off feel shame? They can be shamed?
No, that's an extreme case. They should just be in a mental institution. But I'm talking about the standard liberal that we have to watch on TV.
I mean,
you got to run across in your life.
the people that are enabling those people, they can't feel shame either. How could you enable a person like that and not feel shame? So
Yeah, you don't have to deal with them anymore. You need to put your foot down. They protest. They go ruin everybody else's life and day. And yet we don't do anything. We say, well, we'll vote them out. Well, the voting's rigged, And like I met Brian Kilmeade a few years ago at a book signing. And then we had this after signing event where he got to hang out with him. And he sat at my table and we talked for like 20 minutes. And I told him that in 2024 is the last time I'm ever voting. And he goes, why? Why would you not vote? And I said, because you guys are trying to convince me that Pennsylvania just hired a grapefruit to be a senator. This is when Fetterman couldn't say his last name. And he goes, well, aren't you worried about voting locally and local politics? I'm like, no, I'm in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. We're the last stand. We're not going down. We don't have to worry about liberals there because we shame them. They move in here. You're not going to have fun. You don't want to let your neighbor know that you're putting up a blue sign because it won't stay there. Neither will you.
when you moved into your house, didn't they try to tell you that you're not allowed to have any sort of political flags or anything like that?
Yes. The second day I moved in, I was a little community with 70 homes in it. And I put a Trump sign up, and it was like before 2020. And a neighbor came over and said, you're not allowed to put, political signs on the lawn. So the next day I put up another one and a flag. And no one has bothered me in 5 years. They have not bothered me in 5 years. And during the 4 years Trump was, got screwed out of the election he won, every flag that said everything bad I had on my house. And nobody said shit. Because you got to stand up to them. They will back down. They're just big ass fucking little Karens. Once you show them the least little bit of, I'm going to kill you, well, then they have a whole different attitude suddenly. Like that asshole who knocked over Reacher the other day.
Oh, yeah.
Now, Reacher's a jerk. He's a big liberal. I'm not a fan of the guy. But he was out Karened by another Karen. and that Karen got his ass beat, as he should.
On video, that was great. Yeah, it was on video. I mean, the whole thing.
No, it was...
If it wasn't on video, he'd be in jail. Reacher would be in jail right now because the person would be able to say that he was violently attacked by a steroided up monster.
Yeah, now that guy, the male Karen, he's the perfect example of a guy who goes home, has to put his head down, and his big fat wife runs the whole show. So he's now got to go out and try to pick fights with neighbors because he has zero authority in his own house. Or he had a job where he got pissed on his whole life, and now he's in charge of something. I got a clipboard. Oh my God! And you got to go out there and make like you amounted to something. You're a fucking loser.
Speaking of male Karens, guys, we got some texts from the crowd. We're not going to jump to those right quite yet, but I just want everybody to be excited about the idea that you can text into us. You can reach out to us. Tell us what your thoughts are. We got a couple Karens. We're going to read those out towards the end. But yeah, no, feel free if you disagree with these things that he's saying. Feel free to reach out to us because we want to hear your opinions. We value your opinions.
We don't really give a fuck what you think. we like to know somebody's listening. Don't bullshit them. The two that were mean are the ones I liked. The guy that said we were great and funny, thanks. But the other two that called me every name in the book, I like that.
Yeah, no, I appreciated those quite a bit. I'm looking forward to you guys hearing them and hearing back from both of you. We're going to move on real quick. Perfect segue to, again, we aren't sponsored for some reason. I can't think of why. We're not sponsored here. We are looking for one. We look forward to the opportunity to represent one of these companies. Vaseline, one of those. Just some sort of old person commodity. That would be great. We are going to jump into the second topic here. Have you watched any of the basketball tournament, the March Madness? No. Did you hear about who Syracuse hired as their new head coach?
J-Mac.
G-Mac.
Jerry McNamara.
Yeah.
I have a story about him.
Yeah, go ahead. Let it rip.
So I'm selling a outdoor shade product down here in Myrtle Beach, maybe 7 years ago. And I go to a house, and this guy's last name's McNamara. And I'm like, oh yeah, we used to have a McNamara up in Syracuse, played for Orangeman. He goes, it's my nephew. I'm like, no shit, Jerry McNamara is your nephew and everything. He's like, yeah. I go, I hope he succeeds Boeheim, and becomes a coach. He just looks at me like, dude, you have no idea what a fucking idiot that kid is. He ain't gonna fucking be a head coach of nothing. I was like, what? And I immediately told all my friends back home in New York, did you hear about Jerry, that he's not that smart and his uncle thinks he's an idiot and all this stuff? Actually, Jerry, you're probably finding out right now that your uncle's not pleased. But, yeah, it seriously happened.
Yeah, no, if Jerry didn't know about that, he might now if he's one of our 3 listeners.
No, we have more than 3. We have 3 that took the time to tap out a text, but I mean, there's at least 6 that are listening.
All right, well, with the college basketball tournament going on and you knowing nothing about it, you'll probably end up picking the winner. So we're just going to kind of do a blind bracket here real quick. St. John's versus Duke. Who's winning that today?
I have a buddy, very good friend of mine, and he's a Duke fan, so I will say Duke in his honor.
Easy pick considering they're the number 1 team.
I have no idea what place they're in. I know he named his dog Cooper, and he's big on the Duke thing, so that's the only
Cooper,
reason.
do you know who the Cooper is in reference to?
It's supposed to be a good player they had or something.
Told 3 times we've talked about Cooper and who he is. You could do this. American flag, Cooper flag, yeah.
Cooper flag.
Cooper flag, Andy. Cooper
Flag
flag.
football?
Cooper flag, and he's important because of he's as the first good white player since Larry Bird.
Oh, I don't give a fuck what color they are. They're all
He went to
soft.
Duke. You
It's
should have
all
been able to
stupid,
put that together pretty quick.
You know.
All right.
You should not be able to play basketball unless you're under 6 feet tall. Then it'll be fun.
That actually would be pretty entertaining.
But all these other guys, like LeBron, people think he's an athlete. He's just a born freak. That's all. He's born tall. That was it.
And he can jump real high. But other than
if
that,
he was a foot shorter, he'd be pumping my gas.
that's probably true, but he'd still be in Cleveland. Alabama versus Michigan. You got to pick the right team here.
Well, my
Alabama.
fiance is Alabama, so
Your fiance's Alabama? You think that
she's from Alabama. She lived in
Right.
Alabama.
So do you think she would want you to pick Alabama here? Really think about it.
That Alabama?
The red Alabama.
Oh, yeah, she might not be happy with that.
So think
gonna
about
have- they
what
killed
team
the
are you
tree.
going to pick? So you're
They
not going to
they
pick
killed-
Alabama, but you're going to pick who?
I will shut the damn thing down.
So you're in a real predicament here. This is why I chose this because
Well,
I
she
knew-
likes she's an Auburn fan, and I guess Alabama people killed the Auburn people's tree or something a long time ago. And, so yeah, I guess I should change that. What was the other option?
No.
can't say the other option because he's an Ohio State guy, and you can't say this one apparently. So are you going to choose to upset Melanie, or are you going to choose to upset Joel here?
Well, Joel's never told me he had a headache.
That could go 2 different ways there, Tom.
I don't know. I don't even know. What were my 2 options again?
Alabama and Michigan.
And he don't want me to say Michigan because they got a rivalry with Ohio.
Uh-huh.
I see.
Uh-huh.
All right. Well, I don't think. How many minutes into this are we?
We're
15.
15 minutes.
Melanie will never go past 10 minutes. Watch. So we will choose Alabama.
All right, Melanie, skip to 15 minutes and 22 seconds, and you'll be able to see that
She ain't got 15 minutes to sit in one spot. I know that.
That's why she's gonna skip to it. All right, so you took Duke, you took took Alabama. All right, so Michigan State versus UConn.
UConn, is that that's not like why UConn.
Connecticut.
Alaska. Connecticut. What was the other one?
Michigan State.
God, it's liberal versus liberal. Go with Michigan State, I guess.
All right. Tennessee versus Iowa State.
Iowa seems like a nice place, but Tennessee has Nashville. And I love Nashville. So I'll go with Tennessee.
Shout out to Chuck. Somehow Tennessee's going to be the choice there. All right, so we got Arizona versus Purdue.
Where's Purdue?
Indiana.
Indiana.
West Lafayette, Indiana.
Yeah, that's not Bobby Knight thing, right? He did.
No,
he was
he
actually
wasn't.
Indiana.
Yeah, he was actually at Indiana.
Well, they have strong basketball players in Indiana, right? That's why Bobby Knight went there. So go with Indiana.
All
I
right.
don't know anybody in Arizona.
Arizona's the favorite, so going with Purdue. Iowa versus Illinois.
Iowa, we don't do anything with Illinois.
I personally think Illinois is going to end up winning this tournament. They got a bunch of foreigners for some reason, and they do well at basketball.
Well, we should sell the whole state to Canada and just say Canada won.
So Canada, or Illinois and Massachusetts, both of them going to Canada?
You know, we don't really get a lot of shit out of Massachusetts. You know, they stay out of the news, so they could kill their own and keep it to themselves. Illinois, those two idiots out there.
So Iowa
disaster.
over Illinois.
Yeah.
All right. So how about St. John's versus Tennessee?
Mm-mm.
I know Duke versus Tennessee.
Mm-mm.
Yep, that's what he chose, right?
Oh, yeah.
I did.
Yeah.
We said Duke, right?
Duke versus Tennessee. So we're on to the next round.
Oh, we're not done. I mean, I'm gonna stick with Duke on my for my buddy's sake.
All right. Okay. UConn or Alabama?
Why is he all of a sudden looking at me? Stick with Alabama.
All right. Alabama versus Purdue.
Alabama.
Alabama's going all the way to the national championship. All right. Iowa versus Duke.
Duke.
Okay. Duke versus Alabama.
I will stick with Duke.
Duke is your national champion. You heard it here first. Obviously, that one's going to be a pretty popular pick on a lot of other brackets. If you went Alabama and then Alabama went on a run, this would be able to be clipped everywhere. But it's too late now.
Well,
What?
why Alabama already lose?
No, I mean, I'm saying a lot of people are picking Duke. Nobody's picking Alabama. If you picked Alabama, then Alabama went on a run, man, we would have.
Well, as a disclaimer, this is not a scientific study.
We're at the 19-minute mark, so we're going to have to breeze through these next two. Let's just skip right to the Mustang. You sold that bad boy, huh?
Yep. Sold it yesterday. My 2010 Shelby GT500 Super Snake, number 18, ever made with 4,700 miles on it. So I've had it for 4 years, and it was just time to move on and get something else. Not to mention the fact that was a lot of money sitting in the garage, that if I put it in the stock market, which is currently nice and dipped down, it's a buy-in opportunity. I could probably double that money in a year. So that was the reason behind getting rid of it. I told everybody it's because, I'm getting married in 2 months and I got to settle down. But
I'm pretty sure Melanie's really going to appreciate the extra garage space. They'll just...
see, I'll tell you exactly what I told her last night when she said, look at all the extra space we're going to have. I looked her right in the eye. I said, Melanie, you do not have extra space because the car's gone. You don't. Now I have space. Now I can go play in the garage. Actually, me making that extra space is worse for you because now I'm going out there to see what the hell you've been doing. So no, there's no extra space, Melanie.
That is tough talk. We'll see. It stands on.
I told her right out last night. She was already drilling about where she's going to put this and that in the garage.
Yeah, on May 17th, I will ask you again just to check if that still is the case.
I'll be on my woodworking project by then.
Don't hurt yourself, please. Real quick, the Masters. Go.
Oh, my favorite sporting event of the year. don't bother me from Thursday morning till Sunday evening. And I'm really pulling for Bryson. He's one of my favorite players. And although Patrick Reed's another one I've always really liked. So, but either way, no matter what happens, I'm gonna like it. I enjoy it, and I can't wait. That means that summer is definitely here.
Have you been there? Didn't you?
No, I'm in the lottery for 10 years, and I haven't even gotten a practice round ticket. Every year I am in the lottery, and every year I get an email saying, sorry, you just didn't make it. So
You have nearly 20,000 followers on social media. Now's the time. Ask the Masters to move you up that list.
they don't care about me. I don't care if I had 2 million. They would not care. This is the Masters. They don't care. They didn't let black people in until 1990. They didn't let a woman in until 2012. They ain't gonna give a fuck when Tom comes. they ain't gonna care.
So they would rather hang around black people than they would women, is basically what you said.
No, I didn't say anything like that.
I mean,
It was a
you
private
wait
club.
20 years.
It was a
to be
private
like,
club.
All right, we'll let ladies
It was a
in
private
too."
club for men. And then they had to make some changes as time went on. Yeah. Now, I think they held out thinking maybe we'll go back the old way. It didn't. So then they let everybody in.
All right, that's our 22 there. We're going to be back with some questions for these old, super old boomers that I'm hanging out with. So thank you for joining us on the first half. We'll be right back.
Am I hitting pause?
You gotta go to the bathroom, blow your nose, do anything like that?
I can't. I can blow my nose and half my brains will come out my ears.
He blows his nose, he'll take a shit probably.
Just let me tell you, there is a wastebasket in front of the toilet because this has been a rough week.
Gross.
Hey man, I'm sorry. You brought the kid over. You got me sick. You deal with it.
It's all your fault.
Well, I'm ready for the next one then, if we're ready to go and get it.
You ready?
You know what to do.
Welcome back to the Get Off My Lawn podcast. We're here with our second segment. We're going to do some questions for these super old boomers. Joining my father, Tom, is going to be Joel. Joel, why don't you say hi to the people?
Hey, how you guys doing? I know I'm off camera, so I've got the face for radio.
All right. You guys both lived in a pre-GPS era. How
Yep.
often do you get lost? Just in your everyday life?
Well,
No.
I mean, I was in sales my whole life.
So was I.
From the 80s. So you didn't get lost. You every new town you went into, you went to the convenience store, you bought the local map. You wouldn't understand this today, but there's legends in there. There's ways of finding the proper street, and then you just go there. And the key to not getting lost, which I tell Melanie all the time, is that once you think you're lost, that's when you stop and you backtrack. You don't just keep going, hoping it improves. And so, no, I didn't spend a lot of time lost back then.
And see, he'll never know the thrill of going from page 42 to page 93 and making sure that you're still on the same damn road.
Yeah.
So you don't know what I'm talking about, do you?
No idea. See, this is actually where the next part of the question goes. How big of an impact was MapQuest when that came out? Did that make your life dramatically easier? Did you feel more confident going places without having to do all the map arranging?
I think it was 1996. And when MapQuest came out, I knew right then that Jesus was real. And because that was amazing to me. When I can print out, go 0.3 of a mile, turn left, go 0.8 of a mile, turn right. And all you did then was read this thing and keep on going and follow your little odometer. And it was the cat's ass. I really thought MapQuest was it.
You still had the map in the background, didn't you, just in case something messed
you always
up?
had to have that. Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah.
So there wasn't complete confidence in the MapQuest at first. You had to really.
Oh, no.
You and I
Really
used
got
MapQuest.
Oh, yeah, I
in
know, I
Florida
know.
a lot.
Uh-huh.
When we used to
I remember
leave
flipping
upstate
through
New
the
York.
book, telling you what was next.
We used to leave upstate New York, Utica, and drive all the way to Tampa.
It'd be like
And
7 pages printed.
My record was 19 hours straight, and Junior was 5, and his big thing was, Dad, I want to pee in every state. So every state I had to pull over and let him pee on the side of the road.
I remember.
That was a MapQuest deal.
Mm-hmm. All right. What surprised you most about the changes in the world after growing up in the 70s and 80s?
Is it just me or?
Both of you guys. I mean, what were you living life and then all of a sudden the internet pretty much changed everything? And I mean, what changed for you in your life going from having to use a payphone to?
Well, those are the only differences. I wouldn't say it changed my life. You know, I mean, my life was going to be my life. It did, you know, it's just a convenience that came along. It's an unfortunate convenience. I don't like the fact that I don't, you know, that I'm missing my phone, or I never had that issue growing up. But I don't think it changed our lives much, other than maybe improved it. But I think it totally destroyed it for the generations after us. Because, like I said, going into a town and buying a 99-cent map and then trying to figure out where you have to go, you guys today don't have to think like that. You don't have to use your brain. You don't have to exercise it. You can just hit a button, get your answers. And so I like the way we came up. We invented all these things, gave them all to you guys, and now you guys got to deal with the problems.
The internet's made people stupid. And it's given a platform for stupid people to get their information out there. And it's just, I mean, there's the same amount of dumb people. We just hear about them more often now.
Well, that's the other thing too. People think like storms. There's so many more storms. No, there isn't.
We just
didn't have a 24-hour news thing, and you didn't have everybody calling it a 1,000-year storm. This is a historic storm. All the bullshit they do. You know. I'm glad I grew up when I did.
Speaking of idiots with a large platform, don't forget to follow us on YouTube at BarnDoor Innovations. Don't forget to follow us on Spotify, Pops That Get Off My Lawn, and on TikTok, Pops That Get Off My Lawn. Facebook as well, Get Off My Lawn. And here on Views from the Balcony. Don't forget to listen here weekly, every Friday.
What's the radio station called? Things again?
Views from the Balcony.
VFTB Radio.
Yep. There we go. And we also have a text line. Let's jump right into that. So if you want to jump in and ask my father here a question or throw them both at us, you know, feel free to do so. We have a line that you can text in. We have a couple from last week after our request. Joel, why don't you read those out for us?
Well, first of all, the text line is 843-418-3673. That's 843-418-FORE4. Because when we swing the golf clubs, it's 4 right, 4 left. Because if you stand in the damn middle of the fairway, you're safe.
That's the safest place on the course.
First one I'm going to say is Steve from Spartanburg. Spartanburg is in the upstate of South
Shout out,
Carolina.
Steve.
I'll never listen to this podcast again, he says. Egotistical, self-centered, and womanizing. You and your co-host should take a long-ass nap.
Thank you so much, Steve, for reaching out. I love the long-ass nap part. Long naps are the best. And we are happy that you're definitely listening again this week.
You're right. I'm totally, what do you call me? Misogynistic.
Yeah, I mean, basically womanizer. Yeah.
You realize he probably didn't know how to spell womanizer. I mean, misogynistic, so he's put womanizer down.
That sounds about right. Yep.
Yeah, I've been called that a lot. And you know what? I'm okay with it. Because what are you going to fucking do? I don't care. I don't care. You ain't going to fire me. You ain't going to do anything. I'm giving you my view. You don't like it, change the channel. You do like it, I know you do, because you're here now. You're listening to me again, Steve.
I got Martin from Nashville. VFTB is scraping the bottom of the podcast barrel for this show. Go golf, play with your balls and your shaft in the woods, loser.
He sounds like he's speaking from personal experience. He does some playing with his balls and his shaft in the woods. You're a little bit of a creepy dude.
Yeah, that's pretty gay.
Yeah.
Whatever he was saying. But we are going to go play golf. Thanks a lot.
It's classic projection right there.
I do have to ask a question, though, that you have asked for the last couple of days or a couple of times when we've been here.
He didn't bring the
Exactly. That was exactly what I was going to say.
Yeah, that's 4 times in a row. No
Bring
glove.
the what?
The glove.
The glove. The excuse is it's ripping or something like that. We should probably still bring it in so we can try to make a promo and get
Piss
paid.
Missile Golf Products. It's a euphemism.
There was a third one, but it was nice.
Are you
right?
ready for the last one?
Yeah.
Paul from Fort Myers in Florida says, "You rock, dude. That's some funny shit."
Thanks, Paul. Awesome sauce. We like the first two better. We want the heat like
Wait a
that.
minute, though. I forgot. He's out in Fort Myers, so that's nice down there.
Yeah, so you want to be nice just in case he invites you out on the boat?
Hey, man, he's got a golf course right nearby. He's probably got a boat. You know, thanks, man.
See, Fort Myers, that's on the Tampa side.
Yeah. I'm always over there because my brother lives in Tampa, my other brother's in Sarasota. So I'm a West Side Florida guy.
You heard it here, folks. He'll do gay stuff to go golfing. All right, moving on.
No, he wasn't
What?
the gay one. That was the other guy from
No, you.
Nashville.
I was talking shit, and you immediately stopped me and wanted to say
because you
nice things
Remember, I'm
about
the
this
one who's
man.
never told him I've had a headache.
See, that's what I'm saying. You're on a roll here today.
That was the last podcast. They're not going to know that.
All right, just as old people in general, circling the drain of eternity, why do holes in jeans offend your generation? What about like holes
I
in
don't know what you're
clothes?
talking about. Why does it offend? Nobody I know is offended.
I was told my entire life that I can't have holes in my jeans. I feel like that's a big thing for you old people.
I mean, they buy them now with the holes in them, so I don't know what the big deal is. Actually, I was talking to a friend of mine Saturday night. We went and saw a band, and her pants were sliced all over the place, and she bought them that way. So I don't know who is upset about that. You might be just projecting, or maybe you want to wear a pair of jeans and you
No, I was
got a hole.
told growing up that I couldn't have holes in my clothes. Every time I have a hole in a shirt, you point it out. I don't know.
Well, because they weren't supposed to be there. It's different. It's different when you buy it and it's supposed to be there, and it was strengthened around it and whatever. When you just wore out your jeans and made a mess, that's not okay.
I mean, I feel like that worn-in feeling looks good.
You need to trim your eyebrows a little bit, man. You're
I
getting-
trim my eyebrows.
They
That's
get
a
a little-
risk I'm not willing to take. Then I'll end up with only one eyebrow.
No, you put the little guard on the shaver and you zing.
I'm Mr. Richie Rich over here with different guards for his shavers. Oh,
Well, I'm just looking at the side view and you got a whole visor sticking out of
big
it.
shot over here with different razor heads and changeability and whatnot. What advice would you guys give your 15-year-old self other than don't have kids and don't invest in this or that?
Condoms, 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 condoms.
Nothing else. That's the only change you would like to make for that.
I'll second that.
Just lots and lots of condoms. Advice for my 15-year-old self?
Mhm.
It'd be Apple, Microsoft,
Investments. I knew that was going to come.
IBM,
Google.
Well, Google, that wasn't around until, the mid-90s, but you're talking our 15-year-old
Our
self.
15-year-old self.
We got IBM, Microsoft just coming out.
My 15-year-old self, it says, "The Reds are done. Don't root for them anymore."
Yeah.
Pivot.
No, but it would have been all stock stuff, and
Mhm.
I would have spent a lot of time putting my money, buying one stock a week, just one share would have been worth it.
So keep all the same character lessons, keep all the same stuff that happened to you. Just
I mean, I
change
ended
the
up
stats.
perfect. So I mean, why would I change any of that? I'm handsome. I'm healthy, except for this cold. I got everything I could possibly want. What would I want to change?
And that's why we call him the self-proclaimed talent, because man, does he think he's the best.
Well, I don't think I'm the best of me,
That's true.
and it's
Second best.
unfortunately
of you, for sure.
it's something you got to shoot for. I'm sorry I made it so hot.
Oh yes, that's such an unattainable
Other dads,
target.
they're down here. The kid ain't got to leap very far. Unfortunately, this kid needs a ladder, maybe some propulsion.
Funny. Other than having children, what was your biggest financial mistake?
Getting married.
No, I never did that.
I did twice.
Oh, that's your problem. Yeah, no, I bought a lot of rings, but I never managed to go down the aisle. Biggest financial mistake was when I owned a nightclub. I was 27 years old, and we're doing $600,000-$700,000 a year in cash, and I'm just blowing it, having a great time. fancy cars, fancy everything, trips, fancy friends, entourage, 10 people. Now, if I'd have taken all that money and put it in the stocks I mentioned earlier, you'd be rich. But unfortunately, that was the biggest financial mistake, is that I partied like a rock star from 27 to 32 with hundreds of girlfriends and a lifestyle as if I had a #1 album. So it was a bad financial move. I got a tattoo and you out of it. So
Talk about a win.
Which one was the better one, tattoo or him?
I mean, I had to cover up the tattoo.
We got to cover him up half the time too.
I'm stuck with it.
You guys are in a hoot. How about you, Joel?
I said getting married.
Getting married, yeah.
Yeah, because on the other side is, they never last anyway.
What?
Marriages.
Oh, I don't know.
Well, you're going to find out.
Well, no, this one, I'm old now, 61. So
You're going to die.
yes,
Mhm.
yeah, but I'm not going to be single.
I mean, that is the way you want it to end as far as marriages, is just death. No reason to deal with all the stuff afterwards. If it's going to end in one way, death is probably the preferable option.
Either intentional or accidental.
No, but this particular go around, the reason I'm going to go get married is because I can't imagine ever having to go through any of this stuff again. I can't imagine being single. I can't imagine dating. I can't imagine putting up with somebody else's new set of problems. And
We might cut that part out just because.
no, that's
We didn't actually say anything about Melanie in there as far as the reason that we want to get married. So try to save it quick so I don't have to cut
There's
this
nothing
part.
to save. It's reality. When you're this age, if you find a woman and she's 70% of what you're looking for, you think you're looking for, you better jump all over that because you're lucky. And I'm lucky, I was sick for a couple days and I didn't have to move. She took care of everything. I was like, yep, I'm marrying her.
That is the third mention of being sick. This is basically his Jordan flu game. So big props to you for being here and powering through this cold.
I'm sweating like crazy.
I can see it. All right. This is actually written in from Jerry. Are there conspiracy theories out there that you truly believe in? I think the world is like Men in Black, where there's a government agency going around hiding aliens and whatnot, and they regularly neuralize us.
Jerry Testa?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, nice kid. I always liked Jerry. But he's always on the wrong side of political things, isn't he?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I mean, actually,
Is he coming around?
so I've noticed the smarter, actually, like good-hearted liberal people, nowadays they're not very political. When political things are talked about, they're like, I don't really want to talk about politics. I don't want to get involved. So those people are kind of finding themselves more in the middle nowadays. So I'd say Jerry falls in there.
Well, I think he's watching too many movies, and he's obviously gone above and beyond smoking a little weed, and he's probably taking...
Jerry doesn't do any sort of drugs, actually. He's a good boy.
Really? Is that good?
Yeah, he's a good boy.
How come I didn't end up with Jerry then?
I don't know. I mean, Jerry is the way he is because his father died when he was young. Do you want
No,
me?
Jerry's not like that because his father. He's like that because his father was alive and taught him the right things.
Right,
to
he
do.
imparted all of the right values into him, and then when he lost the person that imparted all those values, he held dear to those things that he was taught.
Yeah, he's a good kid. I like Jerry. I just wish he was.
But what about the conspiracy theories? Are there any that you believe in that are like not like most people are like that's insane? I know climate change is one that you're like.
Well, that's not a
that
conspiracy
doesn't-
theory.
Right.
That's just an outright lie. There was nothing. It was never true. It was just a lie orchestrated by Gore and the globalists around how do we take control of the world and tell everybody they're going to die. And then regulate how much gas they can have, regulate what kind of food they can have, regulate what kind of health care they can have. So it was all a lie, so it's not really a theory.
Any ones that you do have that are?
Not really. I just wish that we could somehow get rid of these Democrats. We need to have an election where they are decimated, and then they can go regroup, come back with a party that's got some value and some ideas that are normal
Actual values.
and that we could discuss and debate. But right now, they're plumb crazy, absolutely insane, and you can't deal with them at all. So I just wish there was a way to get rid of that problem.
How about you, Joel?
Oh, I tell you, that's a shameless plug for me because all you got to do is go to BFTB Radio every night from 10 to midnight. We have Truth Unveiled, the conspiracy podcast, where we go through all the conspiracies: Mandela effect, the moon landing, Mountain Dew, Arizona, the Denver airport. They've come up with some conspiracy theories I've never even heard of.
Did Sinbad make a movie where he's a genie?
No.
Yes, he did. I saw it at my mother's house.
Then show me where it is.
My mother's house. I gotta go all the way
Okay,
to
then
New York.
Google it and find
Yeah, I
it.
could definitely find it on Google. I know that's for sure.
Okay, then
But it's
do it.
gonna be like a fan-made thing.
Yeah.
But it happened. All right, so the Haynes thing never had a cornucopia either? Baloney. I have a t-shirt.
Where is the T-shirt?
I was a child.
Where is it now?
It's somewhere.
You ever notice these people say, I remember.
I don't know what you're both talking about.
The Mandela effect.
You don't know what the Mandela effect is, where people remember things one way, but everybody else says it wasn't that way?
He does that with his golf game all the time.
No, I don't know what any of you are talking. Maybe that's why I don't have any conspiracy theories.
Right, yeah. No.
Epstein didn't kill himself.
Well, that I know, but everybody knows that.
All right, so that'll be his one. Great. Would you rather have $2 million in cash or be able to drive any car you want for a month for the rest of your life? Gas is free.
That's easy for
That's
me.
a stupid question.
Yeah, I take the cash.
Anybody would take the cash.
So free car, free gas for the rest of your
If you
life?
take the $2 million
Mhm.
and you put it in a moderate investment, you'll make $200,000 a year.
Yeah.
And then you can take half of that money every year and go buy yourself a new car.
Mm-hmm.
But you'd only have the one car, and you'd have the payments, and you'd have the paying for gas, you'd have paying for
A
insurance.
car is just a car.
Either-
Cars, everything's included.
This is because
in gas.
you live such a charmed life that you don't. The pressures that are taken off you if you have that money mean way more than what kind of car you're going to drive.
How often
But
do you
it's
drive a
like-
car?
Yeah.
Every single day.
For how long?
Not as far as I want because my car's a piece of shit.
Okay, so let's say you drive it 8 hours a day, which I don't know how you would drive a car 8 hours a day. Would you rather have that or living in a really nice home that you can afford with the $2 million in the investment that you've done?
But if the really nice home, you're not going to have that without spending a
I will
bunch of
take-
$2 million.
I will take a $10 million home and drive around in a 2016 Ford Escort.
Yeah, I mean, I just sold a beautiful six-figure car. My brother's got a Ferrari. I've driven in Porsches, Ferraris, everything. None of it means anything. They're cool, they're nice, they're a half an hour of a rush. But $2 million, give me a rush 24 hours a day.
How much do you think you spend on gas in your life?
Well,
Gas prices are only going up. So to have free gas for the rest of your life and any car you want for the rest of your life, it's probably going to add up to quite a bit of money.
you see, you're thinking so small. I mean, who gives a shit how much to get? I mean, if that's your goal in life is to get the money for gas, you ain't gonna
You'd
go
have
anywhere.
a
buddy.
free car and free gas forever. You'd be able to go anywhere you want forever.
No, nothing's free. Number one, and number two.
That's
Okay,
the point.
I got
The
one
point
for you.
is this is entirely
You ready
free.
for this? I'm going to run the damn numbers for you. Let's say you spend $100 a week in gas. $100 a week in gas. It would take you 384 years to spend $2 million in gas.
Wouldn't you drive around?
384 years.
You don't think that you would drive more places and go more?
No,
see more things.
with $2
Why?
million,
You're
I'd
broke.
fly.
You're broke.
But you,
All you got is a car and gas. You can't buy food. You can't buy nothing. You can't go to a
you
show.
can go anywhere
You got
want.
nothing.
If the car you choose is a very, 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 very large car, you could fit a bunch of people in there, drive them around. You make money off your investments.
Damn, I gotta put somebody else in charge of questions.
Yeah,
$2 million
I don't
easy.
know.
$2
I mean,
million
that's such
easy.
an
We
easy
got
one.
quite a bit of time out of there. All right, this one's got to be quick because we're towards the end. All right. If you were a switch hitter in the World Series, bottom of the ninth, 2 down, you're down by a run. There's 2 men on. You're facing Mariano Rivera. Are you betting righty or lefty?
I'm batting righty.
Why?
because I'm right-handed.
You're a switch hitter.
I know, but I still envision putting it out in the black seats.
All right, there's a reason you choose righty, but that's not the reason.
I know, well, it's cutter. It don't matter what side. It's not like he's throwing a curveball that's going to come into the left-hander easier than.
Well, the cutter is going to be way harder against the left-hander than it is against the right-hander. It's moving away from you as the right-hander. But a cutter on your hands, you're not getting a hit.
That's why I'm right-handed. I got no problems.
Right.
I hit it on the barrel.
2000 World Series, Arizona Diamondbacks.
Luis
versus-
Gonzalez.
Yeah, that's
blue
right.
single.
Lugo
The
was
only
a-
reason it happened is because the infield's in.
I understand that, but
If
you
the
know
bases
what?
aren't loaded in this scenario, there's 2 down.
Lugo,
There's 2
One.
down. The bases aren't loaded. That means Jeter's back at his normal spot, and it's a routine pop fly ball.
where were you didn't say with 2 runners on. You didn't say if they were on second and third. If they're on second and third, then the infield's in.
And why would infield be in if there's 2 down?
There's 2 down?
Yeah, there's 2 down, bottom of the 9th. Why would infield be in? Infield would be playing at normal
Yeah, the infield will be playing normal
because
then.
the main out's at first.
Yeah.
Are we heading righty or lefty? That changes things for you.
No, it doesn't change.
You're still hitting lefty.
No, I'm still hitting righty because I'm a
Still hitting
right-hander.
righty? Okay, all right.
I tried to do switch hitting in college and it didn't work. Hell, I couldn't hit right-handed either, so
Well, Dad already said he was a switch hitter a couple of times during this podcast.
he
so
sure did.
Figured that'd be a
I'll
good
tell you,
idea.
that World Series, it's funny you bring that up because I was at that World Series and it was probably one of the best sporting events I ever attended. I was there for all 3 games of in New York in 2001. When I was there with Bush throughout the first pitch in Game 1, which is an amazing experience, trying to get in the stadium. And then the next night, Jeter became Mr. November, hit that ball out at 12:04 a.m. at a right field foul ball, and I was sitting right there with a buddy, and Steve Buscemi was sitting a few seats over. And then the next night, Brocious hit it out in the bottom of the 9th to win the game. So yeah, it was my hands were sore, my knees were sore just from the constant jumping up and down and clapping and all that other stuff. I think you 2 guys are the gay guys because everything you say, you guys turn into gay shit.
Keeps on touching that line a little bit too much for me.
Nothing I said.
Listen, let's just end it right there. Thank you so much for joining us on this Get Off My Lawn podcast episode. Thank you, Dad, for being here. Even though you're
Send me
sick,
some women,
like
will you?
Michael Jordan, performing like a pro. Thank you so much. Thank you all for being here. Again, reach out on the text line. That number is
843-418-3673.
Thank you
Sorry,
so
I'll
much,
have
everybody.
to wait a week for another one.
I know, right? Friday can't come soon enough. Have a great day, everybody. Nice. Good stuff.
Did you want to record yourself doing these sports things? Are you doing a sports thing?
I can't do one today. I
You
can't.
didn't have the clips of the old ones, or did you ever separate them out?
Yeah, I did. Didn't I send them to you?
He's talking about the sports ones. He wants the clips of the. He wants the.
Oh, the sports ones?
Yeah, the sports ones.
I was gonna have them put them on.
I thought I would send them to you. If not, I've
Yeah,
got
no,
them.
you can send those
I'll shoot
over.
them off to you.
Cool.
Yeah. On the 7th is when I'm gonna start. We'll start doing the stuff over at B-Dubs.
Yeah, just text me what time you're going to be over there, and I will.
We'll
be there.
do. You've been to B-Dubs, right?
Yeah, it's right in Carolina for us.
Yeah. You know how they have that back side that's open.
Mhm.
Then they have the thing with the windows.
Right.
We open up the windows. We sit in the back, but we look over the bar area.
Gotcha.
It's
Okay.
really cool.
Cool.
Because then everybody comes up and starts taking pictures of us and all sorts of shit.
Act like we're famous.
Mm-hmm.
Well, maybe we'll get some more texts.
Oh, I'm sure you will.
I thought today was the best one so far.
It's because I was a part of it.
Some of your questions, though, I mean,
The point is for you to be like, what the heck is that? I mean, I made all of these up off the top of my head, so you expect them to be awesome.
I know, in the car on the way here.
2
No,
million.
in the
2
car on the
million
way
or a
here, I
car
was
or a car.
working
Come
out the
on.
bracket.
2 million or a car.
I know. I mean, who would not pick the 2 million? I mean, I see those things on Facebook.
I see
all the time.
tattoos. Yeah, it's like,
It's
would you stay here without internet for $10 million? It's like, fuck. I'll live here without internet for 10 million.
I'll kill your 5 worst enemies. What do you need?
That was still on live. Awesome.
Help with viewership.